Hey, it's Brian Whittington from the Talent, Sales, and Scale podcast. Today, we have a really interesting conversation about LinkedIn, how to use it, some best practices of how you can generate not only external clients, but also internal clients, the team members. We'll really look at the external clients a lot more today with our man, Troy, and he's going to correct me on the last name because he says it differently, as the #1 Swissipino designer in the universe. So Troy Hipolito, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm probably the only Swissipino designer in the world as well.
But hey, that's a good way to make #1. I wish I was the only #1 podcast, right? But you know, so who knows? What can you do? Anyway,
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's jump into this. I mean, you know, why in the world should we listen to you about LinkedIn and driving clients? Because I don't know about you, but I had to go and change my title on my LinkedIn account because I was getting 15 solicitations a day about how people can drive new business for me in LinkedIn. And then I don't know about my listeners, but how many times do we get that ridiculously bad, canned LinkedIn request that something's going to come on the back end of it asking you for 15 minutes to 30 minutes. It drives me crazy. So, that is the backdrop. Why in the world should we listen to you, Troy? Are you one of those guys?
No, I'm not one of those guys. I actually believe in building a relationship. So the difference between those guys and maybe some people like me, some companies like me, you have to really build a relationship. And in order to do that, there's really 3 things that needs to happen. They need to know you, like you, and trust you. And that only happens through time. So I can give you a brief example. Well, one way to someone to get to know you is when you introduce yourself, you keep it open. You may understand who you're talking to, and you may let them know what you're doing. And you can say something like, well, if you see any dots connect, let me know. I'm here to help. So it's all about helping. So they see positive things. It's almost like a dating scenario. If you saw if you were single, if you saw a beautiful woman there, you wouldn't go up to her and say, hey, I find you very beautiful. I want to have 3 kids and get married to you. Let's do it. You're going to sound like a crazy person, And
yeah, just
so
a little.
It sounds like those crazy people are accessing you and they're not using any tact. So if you're not there to build a relationship, it's not going to work. In order to get that know, like, and trust, what we do a little differently is we actually post videos, personal branded videos, and we simply record those from the clients, something similar to the Zoom here. And we ask questions and we build material up. And so the client is actually showing his face, they hear his voice, and they actually offer value. I'm not the most handsome guy. I don't even speak well, but a lot of the stuff that I put out there is just true. So how to do this, how to do that. And so people appreciate that honest factor. We also help post videos as well as content so people can see things on their threads and they can share that information. So that's the first domino. There's a second, third, and fourth domino as well, but that personal branding is so important. So the second thing is when you're reaching out to a message, of course, be very soft and provide value. Never provide a phone number or email or ask for a meeting with the first message at all. That shouldn't happen to the 3rd or 4th message on month 1 or 2. Sometimes you can sneak those things in, but unless your idea is to just sell them, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. If your idea is to actually help them, truly help them, LinkedIn works well. So what I do is I provide helpful content, and I actually give away all my secrets on how to do it. But either you can do it or I can do it. It's much cheaper if I do it because I do this all day long. And so it's not the fact that I'm not telling you what needs to be done. You may have to figure out how it needs to be done, but I'm here to help. So some clients just need advice, and some clients need an entire system with humans and strategy and all that sort of thing to make things happen. So on the messaging portion, we actually do multiple campaigns, and we don't go back-to-back messages. We spread them out. allow people to breathe. So if you met somebody, say in a bar, and you're hanging out with them, and there's another guy there, and they're just chit chatting on the bar, you're not going to say, "Hey, I'm doing A, B, and C. Would you want to buy it?" No, you want to really know who you're speaking to. So a lot of the messages that go out are for a very, very specific target market, and you want to speak to that. Of course, little things like videos incorporated in messages are a big deal too. Remember, I just said all the posts we did, the videos and things that we produce. Well, if there's really a lot of value to some of those posts, you can include some of those posts within the messages. People love to see that as long as they're short and concise and they actually are authentic and offer value. And on top of that, besides reaching out to connect with someone and build a relationship, a lot of people forget that they have a network already. And that's actually leaving money on the table. So you have a huge network of thousands of people already on your LinkedIn network, and they know you. They already know you. They already like you. There's a way to convert that into actual a better relationship.